Here we have a pre-owned 2014 Toyota Camry. This one comes in the SE trim level in magnetic gray. And then we have black and ash sport cloth interior. The powertrain consists of a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. And that gets us 178 horsepower and 170 pound-feet of torque. Coming around to the front end here, halogen headlamps, as well as fog lights. And even though this is a 14, pretty great look. Just have a little bit of fading around the headlamps there. But all in all, the front end looks really good. We just have a few little rock chips on the front there. But honestly, nothing too noticeable. And then coming around the wheels, these are gonna be 17-inch alloys. And then we have pretty good tread on the tires. And then we have our power mirror controls here, either right, you can lock them out there, or go all the way to the left, and you can adjust. And then a rear window lock here. And then we have power door lock controls. Then we have a one-touch automatic up and down driver's side window. And then our power windows here. And then we have a small bottle holder in the door panel, a little storage there. Traction control toggle is here. Little storage pouch. And then we can use this to pop the hood. And we have a foot pedal emergency brake, manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And then we can pop the trunk here and pop the gas cap here. And then here we have our power driver seat with two-way power lumbar support. But I'm gonna go and make my way to the back. I have the seat up front adjusted for how I like to drive, 6'3" with longer legs. So let's go ahead and check out the rear space. So I have about an inch or so of headroom, and actually pretty impressed my knees aren't touching the back of the seat. Just a little bit of, like, you probably slide a sheet of paper between my knees in the back of the seat, but still impressive leg room. Seat back pockets on both sides. Little storage here. This middle seat will fold down. Cup holders are there. There's a look at the back if you ever need to use a car seat anchor. And then grab handle here, and I like that we can hang two smaller hooks on this hook there. Let's go ahead and make our way to the back. So gas cap there. Regular fuel is fine. And then making our way to the back. Great cargo space in my opinion. Tons of room. I'm gonna pull that to see if I can demonstrate how the rear seat folds down. But underneath here we have a jack. And then underneath that, if I can get it up, it's heavy. There's a spare tire underneath there. But there's a look at the back end. There's the exhaust. But coming around to the rear passenger side, once I pull that lever, I can pull on the seat here, and that'll fold. You can run longer objects through to the front if you want to. And then the anchors for the seat are way back in there if you need to put your car seat in. And then over here we have our 4-way manual front passenger seat here. And the lockable glove compartment, which I like to have, and the owner's manuals are still in here. And great space in there, honestly. But coming back around to the front, pop the hood, just go ahead and pull up right here. And I do like that we have the hydraulics there, and you just have to pull it up. That's how you get that going. But there's that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. But now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So leather wrap steering wheel feels really nice. Still seems to have held up pretty nicely, just a few spots of wear there. But this has 107,000 miles, so not bad at all. So to the radio here, you do have AM, FM, Bluetooth audio, as well as a CD drive, USB and aux input, and you can play your music through all of that. And then you have your trip information here. And then you can go through all of your settings here. So to connect your phone, hit that. And then you can go through your audio settings there, vehicle settings, so on and so forth. And then you can use this to seek, track, and all of that. And then that's your Bluetooth button. And you can add your profile there. There's your backup camera there. Decent picture quality, honestly. And then you can use this to play through the CD player, eject, volume knob, toggle that to mute, and then you can hold it to reset the whole radio. And then you can use this as a tune or scroll knob there. And then this is pretty easy to use. I like this. You can just toggle your time there. And minutes, hours, and then you have that clock available. Hazards are here. You have your AC controls down here. You can set temperature here, fan speed there, defrosters here, and then this for the rear defrost and the mirrors. AC toggle there, and then you can decide where you want the air to come from using these buttons here. Now this is hidden, which I like, but you open that up and you have an aux input and a USB, and that's for those settings I showed you up there earlier. And you also have a 12 volt back in there as well. And you can slide your phone back here, and it's tons of storage to actually put it in there, so I like. Cup holders are here. Then a little bit more storage, another 12 volt. And then to shift the 6-speed, just hit the brake, pull down the lever, reverse, neutral, drive. Then you can manually shift by coming over here. And you can either use the shifter or the paddle shifters that come with this one behind the steering wheel. So pretty neat. And then center console cubby space is pretty generous in my opinion for this kind of car. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. Sunglasses holder here. Dome lights. All that seems to still be working. There's the mirror. Now back to the steering wheel, we have our headlamp controls here, auto mode there. And then you have your high beams, flash those. Daytime running lights off there. Fog light controls. Blinkers. And then to the right side, we have our windshield wiper control. So one time, then you have intermittent, low, high, and then you can adjust your intermittent here. And then you pull up here for the front wiper fluid. Now over here to the actual steering wheel, volume controls are right here. And then you can hit this mode button to go between whether it's FM, Bluetooth, whatever you have hooked up there. And then you can hold this and it'll mute for you. And this is a back button. And you can use this here to go through your actual settings. So if I go to setup, I can scroll through my radio stations, and then I can also use it for my presets as well. You can see that up there. But Bluetooth buttons are here, voice recognition here, cruise controls down here, turn it on, hit that button, and you can set, resume, pull up here to cancel. And there's a look at the gauge cluster itself, and you can toggle the brightness of the digital part here, and then you can toggle the odometer side here, whether you want to see a trip, fuel economy, or the odometer. So I like that you have those options. And then we have our key fob here. You can't really see back in there, but you have unlock, lock, and a panic button. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2014 Camry SE out on the road for a test drive. So behind the wheel of this Camry, I always like how they kept the traditional automatic transmissions in these, even up to today. They have the 8-speed, but the 6-speed is pretty great, and that's why these Camrys have had a track record of lasting so long. You have that 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that's known to put hundreds of thousands of miles on them with no issue. And again, the 6-speed is somewhat sporty, but still pretty reliable. So I'm gonna put it into the manual shift mode. I'm excited about the paddle shifters. And I just love how responsive the transmission is. You can see right here what gear you're in. So I'm in 5th now, and there's 6th gear. And let's turn the cruise on. So I have it set there, about 75. Let's see if it'll show me the fuel economy. So the average has actually gone up since I've driven it. So reset there. And I forget it shows you right there what your average fuel economy is. So coming down this stretch of the interstate there at 35 or at 75, I'm getting right at 31 miles per gallon. And then it readjusts every so often. It's actually going up. So of course that didn't include my initial acceleration, but still pretty impressive. And the ride on these have always been solid. Not too smooth, not choppy, but just a great feel, especially for commuting. And Toyota's also just done a really good job with the 6-speed. You don't have a ton of horsepower or a ton of torque, but you have enough to get you through driving, especially in a city like this where there's traffic everywhere, cars everywhere. You might have to maneuver here, maneuver there. So very impressed. So for me personally, I like to have all of my comforts that I'm used to. So I definitely would want to have heated seats. I don't think cooled seats were available in the Camry during this year, but honestly, these seats are pretty comfortable. You do have the cloth inserts, and then you have the leatherette on the bolsters and all of that, and it definitely looks good, but pretty comfortable. And a lot of that does have to do with the power seat, having that power lumbar availability. But it also holds my wider stature as well with these bolsters, and it kind of almost contours me in the seat, my seat bottom especially. So it's nice to have that in this budget car. And especially if you're in the used car market for something with a proven track record of reliability. I mean, the seats have held up. For this one, I have, what, almost 108,000 miles on it. Everything is still in great shape. I think the screen is a little iffy there. Might have a couple of dead spots, but still usable. But everything in here just works good. And again, with the screen, they have dash kits you can replace that with, or I have a wireless CarPlay thing that I use in my older truck, and you just run an aux input through there, and you can use wireless CarPlay and all that through here, and you really don't even need to use that for the most part. But just a good car. They're known to last a long time, especially for basic transportation. And they're also known to be safe. So if you have a first driver or something like that, you get them one of these, they'll be good to go. But I'll leave a link below in the description for this vehicle. I want to thank Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this car today. But if you're interested, I'll leave a link. And then I'll try to put a few specs as well, so y'all can kind of see what it's going for now, as well as I can reiterate the power outputs too, and the standard features as well. But with all that being said, this is going to bring me to the end of my review of a 2014 Toyota Camry in the SE trim level.